All right, everybody, we can get started. Bottom of the hour. I'm Chris Hoyt, president of CareerXroads, and I'm happy to be live streaming our second quarterly update around how our professional talent community is thriving and how we're doing as a company. As I said in our first review, my business partner, Jay Chrisman, and I feel that now, more than ever, transparency, communication, and hard work are the keystones to the success of a true community. And as someone charged with the care and feeding of a community that's roots literally run 25 years deep in our industry, I know that it's never been more important to share with everyone, regardless of membership level, what's going on at CareerXroads. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you some progress updates and data points about CareerXroads, these insights into how we're running our business, what our members are enjoying, and what we're learning along the way, and of course, what's ahead. Also, it's our second live stream. We're going to experiment with crazy things like live chat for those who are viewing from our website or the Vimeo page. If you're unable to ask questions when we're live, or you just think of something later, you can always reach out to us directly via email at info@cxr.works or by calling our offices at 833-CXR-WORK. So we'll jump right in. From a membership and community growth standpoint, our membership demographics haven't changed much since January, with 75% of our member companies having over 10,000 employees. 18% of those are between 5,000 and 10,000. We continue to have an incredibly diverse makeup of industries, with only one industry sort of remaining in double digits, and that's hospital and healthcare, now making up over 15% of our membership companies. The range of hiring reported per company is still averaging in a typical year between 2,000 and 250,000 each. Now, from a membership growth standpoint, we welcomed 4 new companies just in the last quarter, and we're excited that in Q1, we were able to welcome back 4 companies who were gone for at least a year. We call those boomerangs due to budget or whatnot, and they're settling in nicely now that they're home again. From a community growth perspective, we now sit at just over 4,400 community members. We're averaging 55 new validated talent community members a week since our last quarterly update. Now, I know this is due to our members and their ability to lean in and support each other in both the public and the private exchanges and forums online. As most know, this year, like many, we moved from a model of in-person meetings to a fully virtual and remote experience. Now, that consisted and ended up delivering roughly 90 webinars and meetings last year. That's inclusive of a few open to the public happy hours and new book club meetings, but has us on task for another 50 or so before the end of this year, which does not include happy hours and book clubs. I'm excited to announce we're already looking at next year's meetings, and we'll be reaching out to members for potential hosts and locations around future topics. The plan is to resume with roughly 8 meetings, but with a new and exciting and very unique format, and we've got more information on that to come. Our digital membership model continues to get great feedback from our community members and TA leaders alike. The flexibility and cost savings that resulted from the new structure was favorable for most, if not all, of our members who renewed with us. And we continue to see more new faces participating in meetings and the online offerings every week, which is pretty exciting. And while it's not ready to be announced just yet, we're working on another shift moving into 2022 that we think will be even more advantageous for our current and future members, both from a budget and engagement standpoint. So be sure to stay tuned. Our research library and benchmark reports continue to grow. We now have nearly 400 documents and reports for members to review and work from. And we've begun to open up some of the content to non-members, depending on its publication date and how we collected the data for the research. Not long ago, we also did a soft launch of enhanced vendor profiles. Our user-driven database now consists of almost 500 products and vendors and over 6,000 ratings and reviews left by our members. And as I mentioned last quarter, we have partnered with Madeline Loreno of Aptitude Research, and she's working with us to research and craft in-depth third-party overviews of companies who are interested in investing in enhanced profiles. Now, those include an overview of the company, its roadmap, security settings, diversity makeup of leadership, downloadable research, multimedia, news streams, and more. At just $2,500 per company, it's proving to be pretty popular. And as a reminder, while the write-up will be public-facing, the ratings and reviews will continue to be accessible only to our active members. Now, we launched an M&A program. That's not mergers and acquisitions. That's members and alumni. And that continues to gain a little bit of popularity. Last year, When we launched that track, it allowed for anyone who has ever been to a CXR meeting or been an active participant while their company was a member to be hailed as a veteran and member and attend. Jerry Crispin and I are facilitating content that is exclusively curated by our entire team for those current and former members, along with the moderation of a dedicated exchange forum, email content, ongoing virtual session with topics like employee wellness, leadership, various guest panels, DE&I, et cetera. In fact, as a result of a CXR alumni conversation in one of our exchanges this week, we're already scheduled to host a meeting for members and alumni around training opportunities and programs that increase diverse networking and referrals. I hope many of you can join us. The details obviously will be in the meeting section of our website at cxr.works. Now, from an exchange and forum standpoint, we continue to evolve. As we continue to move things around a bit, we're finding some pleasant wins while learning a few things along the way. We consolidated our forums from 25 exchanges to just 5 that house nearly 30 forums. Now that is primarily segmented by access rights. So members only versus free versus invitation, which could be a combination of any of those. The result has been a huge boost in activity on the site. And while we continue to optimize this, we're watching what's working and what's not, and we'll continue to pivot accordingly. Self-service account management has been delivered successfully this quarter to our members. That means a member point person at each company is identified, and managing team access is as easy as providing employees with a link or sending them an invitation. We're already seeing that this is taking days off of the former process for everybody. Now, just a few weeks ago, we launched an element within our site to reward engagement. Found in the site menus and on the front page are links to a new leaderboard service for members at every level. There you'll find a list of the most helpful and active community members within CareerXroads, both from a rolling 30 days as well as from an all-time standpoint. You can click into any of these people to see the new expanded profiles, connect directly with them, send them a message, or even see what skills they'd like to share or learn about. What we're seeing is a wonderful level of excitement from site members around contributing more and learning how to be seen as a true community leader. As for how those engagement points are earned, well, you'll have to jump in and see for yourself, but I'll tell you that a completed profile, earning meeting coins, and forum discussions certainly don't hurt. Our new skills workshops are up and running. We continue to look forward to hosting a skills workshop almost every month this year. We've already conducted 4 and have our 5th tomorrow with Glenn Gutmacher, where we're learning more about building diverse candidate slates. Now, these are members only and are included as part of a membership. So that means there are no limits to how many people can be sent. There's no additional cost. It is truly just a value add as part of that CXR membership. I'm also very excited to announce that what was previously a volunteer gig for our instructors is now a paying gig. And as we're pleased to have gone back to all previous instructors from this year and last and paid them accordingly for their time as a way to truly show our community's appreciation. We continue to invest in our fun and informative podcasts. This year, we've already broadcast over 20 new episodes with industry leaders and practitioners from around the world, and we've seen now nearly 8,000 downloads. Those segments include Moments That Matter. It's where CXR continues to promote the sharing of difficult moments about inequality and inequity at home and at work from leaders who experience them firsthand and who are willing to interview each other, sort of a passing of the baton, so to speak. We still do Uncorked. Jerry and I are still hosting candid conversations over bottles of our favorite adult beverages. As recently as last week, I think our broadcast within an hour finished 3 bottles of Nickel and Nickel. Our leaders are saying it is the closest thing they have found to those fun and informative happy hours that we've done at dinner or after dinner from our live meetings. Have you met segments? We sit down with someone in our space and learn a little more about who they are and what they're doing within our industry. Oftentimes, we'll select someone who is most often working behind the scenes, doesn't ever take the stage, giving us the opportunity to really shine a light on their work and show some appreciation for them and their journey. We also have one of my favorites, which is the new Expertise. This segment consists of sort of a rapid fire 10 to 15 minutes with an industry leader or practitioner who will share one experience or one lesson learned, whether it be a victory or a tough defeat or insight from their own work. And these are broadcast live almost every Tuesday. You can join those. And then most notably, our newest, we've added a meeting recap. And after every meeting, we're inviting attendees to stick around and talk a little bit about what they shared and what they learned with their peers in the meeting. This is a really great way for people who couldn't attend the meeting themselves to get an idea about what goes on behind closed doors for members. The podcast is gaining a nice following and has been picked up. We're now on Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, TuneIn, and others. You can listen nearly anywhere you can subscribe to a podcast, and we've published subscription links on the site as well to make it easy. You can find that at cxr.org/podcast. The foundation. The CXR Foundation is off and running with multiple projects and added team members. Now, as you know, the CareerXroads family has always been about community and investing in the success of our talent and our colleagues, not just in meetings and online or at work, but in the neighborhoods and cities where we live. Community is everything to us. And in 2019, we put some muscle behind that by arriving at our live meetings a day early to connect with the local community in which we were hosting our meetings. Dozens of CXR members also came in early and met with us at food pantries, homeless shelters, Goodwill locations, soup kitchens, and more, all in an effort to collectively contribute where help was needed. And I am proud to tell you, we will continue to do that when live meetings resume in 2022. In 2020, we turned this initiative into a 501c3 nonprofit that we, of course, call CXR Foundation. And under our belt now is the Recruiting Recruiters, there it is, initiative that is now 1 year old and looking towards the horizon with the original ideation and investment teams to see what's next. We have Project One, which is a spinoff of Recruiters Recruiting Recruiters, got it that time, that has found a resource partner now to help continue the effort of helping and developing our own industry talent by matching TA professionals with seasoned leaders willing to offer coaching and mentorship hours. We're working on launching a DE&I study in partnership with Duke University, and our volunteers are putting together a project team around the recent SEC filing requirements and talent acquisition reporting standards. Lastly, the board of directors unanimously approved 3 additions to the board: Carmen Hudson, the Recruiting Toolbox, Curtis Dorsey of Elanco, and Ryan Cook from E&J Gallo. I'd encourage anybody interested in learning more to head over to the CXR Foundation website at www.cxr.foundation. Now, what's coming up? What's ahead? Leaders can expect future activity and engagement reports from the community. This is going to come in a few phases and deliverables, but I'm sure that you can connect the dots on some of our site enhancements that will enable this in the long term. And as many of you know, we have a mobile app that is in development and scheduled for launch here in Q2, and it's still on track to be delivered to our community members. Much easier to connect with colleagues, faster updates and push notifications, and we expect even more engagement and partnerships within the community across the board as a result. Now, as I've said before, Jerry and I know that we're driving and part of a community unlike any other at CareerXroads. We're founded on the idea of building everyone up, promoting great work, celebrating great people, and advancing our profession. It's not easy work, but with 25 years of establishing, curating, and growing a real talent community, it's the most rewarding work that our team could ever ask for. So thank you, Jerry, Barb, Kim, Blot, Arthur, Katie, and everybody that's part of the community for an awesome and enjoyable last quarter. I don't say it lightly when I tell you we have so much more ahead, and that the proof really is in the delivery and the constant evolution of what we're responsible for. So to our colleagues, members, and peers, thanks for your time and attention, and I hope to see you online soon, at least until I've got an opportunity to see you and raise a glass together in person.